Just before we go into the description of the pain and personality map, I want to make a small disclaimer. And that is that you're probably not going to do this very often, yeah? For one very important reason. The idea of the pain and personality map is to do it for a whole organization and for all of the people that you know within an organization. And that means quite a bit of work just into one exercise. So for example, let's take our telco example. You're selling to a telco organization, you're the key account manager, you've got 3 pre-sales people and 1 project manager who have got access to the telco people. You've got 2 technicians and your boss. So you've got a total of 8 people who have more or less involvement with the telco company. Total of 8 people. You've all got between 3 and 10 relationships. You've got a potential 25 people that it would make sense to cover. Why would you do this? Yeah? Well, there are 2 reasons, maybe 3 or 4 reasons, but 2 main reasons that you would do this. Number 1, this is your main customer and they are really important to you, and you want to create a really rock-solid plan, and you don't want anything to take this customer away. The pain and personality map is the most important thing that you will ever do for them, and you will do it with the account planning session on a yearly basis. Yeah? So for, you know, the 20-80 rule or the 80-20 rule? Yeah? For the 20% of the customers which bring you 80% of your revenue, the pain and personality map is a very, very, very good idea, yeah, to do on a periodical basis at the beginning of the year in line with your account plan for that customer. The other reason you would do it is when something is going seriously wrong within a project. There's a big problem, something's going wrong, and you want to solve the problem. The pain and personality map will solve the problem, yeah? But it is a lot of work, yeah? You know, we've got quite a few notes to make here and quite a few discussions to run with our colleagues to make sure everybody understands it in the right way, yeah? So, you know, when we're creating this map, yeah, what you do, if you want to create this map, you go to this slide, and you print this slide 25 times, and then you have a meeting, and everybody does it for themselves with the relationships that they have, and then you stick it on pinboards or stick it on the wall, and you build a map on the wall, yeah, and then you photograph it. It's the best way to do it. It's the most interactive way, it's the most fun, and it means you don't have to sit behind a computer doing all of this academic, psychological, EBGB stuff. Yeah, it actually has a point and a purpose. Yeah, but as with all the things we look at in the sales process, there's no point in doing it unless you generate an action plan that comes out of it. Yeah, so that's the disclaimer for the pain and personality map. Yes.
I think this pain and personality map also justifies your coverage from your management that this is how many people you know and this is
I mean, if you want to prove to your management that you're being proactive about a particular account, that's a guaranteed way of proving that proactivity. Maybe more than that, if you want to show your boss that they need to get involved. Yeah? Have you ever had the problem where you need your boss to go and do a top-to-top meeting, but you can't motivate them? Yeah? That's very often an outcome of this. What happens is normally when people do this, they realize that they're speaking to the wrong people, yeah? Or they've missed a couple of key relationships. You know, we're not speaking to that person, we're not speaking to this person. So one of the outcomes of the pain and personality map is it helps you decide where to throw your resources, who needs to speak to who and what about, yeah? In order to gain that relationship. So it is really about, you know, building relationships and maintaining them over time. One of the problems with the pain and personality map is the information itself, yeah, because it really is very, very, well, sensitive, yeah. It can be quite sensitive. So because it's sensitive, it can also be quite dangerous, yeah. So you don't want to mess around with this. So once again, the best way of doing this is on paper. You print this, put a bunch in the middle of the table. If you're the account manager, say, okay, everybody, take 15 minutes, thick pens, write in your people. Yeah? You do a quick explanation of them, and then you have 20 pieces of paper, and you stick them up into a hierarchy tree on the wall, and then photograph it. It's by far the best way of going with this. Yeah? It gives you the best result. It's a very valuable meeting. Takes about 2 hours for a complex account. So, attitude. Yeah? What's your example?
Example is of a person who is visionary and innovative in the sense that he is always interested in implementing new technologies and replacing the old technologies or the legacy technologies.
So they want to replace everything. Okay.
Old stuff and something which requires upgradation. So they want to replace that and bring in new technology.
Okay, so they have an attitude towards technology which is progressive, and they like new things. Yeah? Which is good. Yeah? Sometimes it's too good to be true. Yeah? Very often you have people who just like new things because they like new things. They don't think it through. And so very often they're kind of gadget focused. Yeah? I've seen a pain and personality map that says, this guy loves gadgets. Yeah? New iPhones, you know, new bits of this, new bits of that. But then within that it also said, but he's not very serious about old technology. Yeah? So it's difficult to motivate and interest this person speaking about rack servers and CPU outage. Yeah? But you need something new every time to go in with them. Yeah? What other different types of attitudes do you get?
There's another one where I'm thinking of people who say it's an IT person, but they don't want to take responsibility of whatever they mine.
Yeah.
They want vendor to write it down that if anything goes wrong, they are responsible to save their job. So you find people who are, say, kind of like a tough customer when it comes to actually, and on the contrast, there have been customers who say even if you miss something, it's likely, they're very open to,
yeah.
Okay, it's a human thing, so things can go wrong.
Okay.
You have both the personalities. This is the kind of attitude you find. Majorly the other one, which is the vendor should take responsibility of whatever happened.
So these are some of the things that you would write into this box. Yeah?
Because that delays the process, because then you have to arrange a lot of technical meetings with their staff and your staff to get them to believe that nothing will go wrong and things will go fine.
Okay.
So it just increases the time of the deal.
Great. So often delays projects. Tough customer. Negotiates everything. Never wants to take responsibility. That's good information, right? If you see this on something, then you go, oh God. Yeah? Oh God. You go and speak to him. Yeah? And so that's good information.
I've come across some also people who are saying that buy one, get one free.
Buy one, get one free. There we go. Yeah? This type, buy one, get one free. Yeah?
One and get one free.
I mean, you know, it helps you prepare. Yeah? It means when you go into that meeting, you're prepared. Which means in a situation that, you know, I mean, let's say you leave, for example, or one of your colleagues leaves, and you've done this, then you can go through their notes and, you know, you have a much better understanding of the customer situations and the personalities. It helps you prepare. Yeah? Okay. What about, let's go over here. Who is on project relevance? Project relevance? Yep.
talking to an IT head, basically all the departments like the telecommunication or network department reports to him. So he is the key person, I guess, and approaching relevant to him.
Okay. So we have the project, we have the head of IT. Now this person, in this case, is the key decision maker. Yeah? Okay. And so you have the project relevance. You know, they decide, they implement, yeah? They are on the steering committee, so they're on a kind of oversee capacity. Maybe they are the approver, so finance department, yeah? Maybe they are users, maybe they're part of the project team, maybe they're responsible for a certain part of evaluation, yeah? Maybe they're going to be on an evaluation or some kind of evaluation committee, yeah? These are the ways in which people can be relevant to projects, and the most common one is no relevance. No relevance, not important. Sometimes an assumption, but very often that is the case. But this says that this pain and personality map in its entirety is focused on one opportunity, yeah? And this is another reason why it doesn't happen very often, because it is only focused on one opportunity, yeah? Most of the things in this box really are time relevant. They only really work for one opportunity. Attitude is always the same. Reps and coverage is always the same. Power changes. This changes. This changes. All of the other things change with time and with the opportunity as well. Okay? So, pain, problem, issue, challenge, goal, job. Yeah? A natural gas providing company.
They've been, or you might call it a problem, is they wanted to write when the company will get them coverage on the remote sites.
Okay.
Far reached remote locations. That's the pain and problem. The solution was a remote management solution or software which is controlled centralized from a head office. And then it looks like a disaster recovery backup solution.
Okay.
The goal was to provide a seamless support in real time without any delays.
Okay. So their challenge was linking up branches or plants in different parts of the country. So their main problem was geographical distance and communicating between plants. And those problems had impacts. People couldn't get their work done, reports were being delayed, decision processes were being delayed. I don't know what the impacts were, but that's important to put here. This was the problem, these were the effects of those problems. And what's very interesting now is this guy has got a problem. They fit within a company. Yeah? Their problem has an effect. Down and up. Yeah? So their boss is going to be affected by this problem in a slightly different way. Their subordinates are going to be affected by this problem in a slightly different way. He works in this department. This guy, in a different department, is also affected by that problem in a slightly different way. Does that make sense? This box is the most important box in the whole concept. Pain, problem, issue, challenge, goal, and job. Because when you do this well, what you begin seeing is the relationship between company issues. Yeah? And you start realizing that one person's problem is another person's problem as well. Yeah? And problems are interrelated through the organization. For example, the sales director yeah, or let's say the sales director is here. The sales director has got a target of 6 million for the year, and currently they're on about 4.5. So he's got a gap of 1.5 million. He needs to find 1.5 million's worth of new opportunity. But he can't do this because he doesn't have a new product that he can sell. Yeah? So, big problem. The marketing department doesn't have any marketing materials because their new product isn't ready either. The product development department is trying to get this product finished, but they can't because they're not getting some of the resources that they need, etc., etc. Yeah? So the pain and personality map starts allowing us to draw lines between problems. Yeah? I said earlier that we would not share this with the customer. That's not completely true. Obviously, we're not going to tell them that they're an idiot. Oh, well, unless you think it's necessary, yeah? You're not going to tell them about power, compelling reason, or anything on here. But in the right situation, it may be a very good idea to take this to the customer and show them the interrelation of the problems that you can see. Yeah? Because consultants do this. This is the job of McKinsey. Yeah? That's what they do. That's what they get paid for. They get paid for analyzing companies and analyzing the problems and the way they link. So if you're involved in an opportunity and you can see the way that one problem links to another person's job and problem, then, and you can see that it would be a way of really creating a strong business case for your project, then why not? Yeah? As long as there's no sensitive information in there.